Monday, April 15th, 7:03 p.m. Let me go ahead and welcome you to week 3 of the Ordinary Wizarding Levels Readathon 2019. We are now halfway through, and so far I've read 5 books and completed 5 exams, so not too shabby. If you've watched my first 2 vlogs, you know that I spent the first 2 weeks rewatching Game of Thrones before the season 8 premiere last night. That took up some of my reading time. The next 2 weeks, I only have Game of Thrones on Sunday, and it's only an hour to 2 hours depending on the episode. Lots more reading time. In order to complete all 12 exams, I need to read at least 3 books per week. So I'm only 1 book behind, but that's really not terrible, and I know that I can catch up in the last 2 weeks. I just got home from work. It was just me and my dad for dinner, so he took me to Rubio's for a fish quinoa bowl. I haven't done any reading today. Last night I got really sick all of a sudden, and I'm not feeling great. I'm obviously not full on sick, but you know that feeling when your whole body aches, your head feels like it's about to explode, and your eyes are really sensitive. It's what I'm experiencing. I wish I could relax right now, but I really need to finish my 2 Game of Thrones blog posts and get them up. They were supposed to be up yesterday morning. They weren't ready, so I need to get them up so I can catch the hype train before it pulls out of the station. I'm listening to Uprooted, and ideally, it's a book that I should be loving, and there's nothing wrong with the story, but I'm just having the hardest time retaining the information in my mind. Like, I'm having to re-listen to chapters over and over again, and it's a real problem that I've been having the whole readathon. I'm gonna try and push through. I'm either gonna listen to my audiobook or maybe start one of my ebooks on Scribd and read it on my iPad. We'll see, depending on how I feel. I'm gonna try and get to bed a little earlier tonight and take some nighttime cold medicine so I can knock out, because I need a good night's rest.
If I'm honest, I know I would give it all back for a chance to start over and rewrite an ending to for that girl that I knew. Reckless, trusting you.
So I could be productive and listen to an audiobook while I'm working, but I'm not going to do that because one of my favorite shows in the whole world had a new episode tonight.
Ooh, that's cool. I like the colors.
Very nice. The Wheel of the Fortune? The Wheel of Disfortune?
Or misfortune.
Can you hear what I'm watching now? Remember when I said that I was gonna go to bed early because I didn't feel good and I needed sleep? It's 3 a.m. Out of 2 blog posts, I got 1 done. I was having some ridiculous laptop problems. Made everything take way longer than it should have. But at least 1 is done, and then tomorrow I can put the finishing touches on the other one. Really don't feel good, and I can't even express to you how bad my head hurts. I just took my nighttime cold medicine, and I'm gonna crash. Tomorrow's not gonna be a productive day where I get up super early. I know that. I'm gonna sleep as long as humanly possible. I don't even care if that makes me lazy. My eyes hurt, so I'm gonna turn off this light and say good night.
He jumped when I woke him, and he knocked the whole thing over and started a fire with what for him was wholly uncharacteristic clumsiness. We had to scramble to put it out together.
It is now midnight. I did not vlog all day because, first of all, I slept in. Woke up at noon and spent most of the day in bed with my eyes closed, listening to an audiobook. I was really able to cover some ground in Uprooted. I finished 40 chapters. I now have only 7 hours left. I was going to finish my blog post today, but I just could not stare at a computer. My head did not feel good when I woke up. The rest of my body is pretty much okay, just tired. At this point, I'm feeling much better after 2 days of cold medicine and 1 day of rest. I just got out of the bath I can't be the only one who, when I'm sick, I revert back to childhood. I just wanted to be cozy and watch cartoons today. I did the responsible thing and read, but once I was ready to get ready for bed, it was time for cartoons. So I watched some Fillmore on my iPad. If you don't know what that is, it is an older Disney Channel show. It's basically a middle school safety patrol version of CSI. I was laughing so hard, but not because it was dumb. It's a masterpiece. There's the high up boss who's like the commissioner, Vallejo is his name, and then they have the two detectives slash officers who do the footwork. That's Fillmore and Ingrid. And then they have the sort of like crime scene techs. There's actually 3 of them. One's a photographer and the other 2 dust for prints, use a magnifying glass, and it's all middle school safety patrol related, tagging in the bathrooms, stealing the mascot's costume.
They still have a few of your macaroni collages hanging in the library. You want to know why? Because those pieces moved people. Jay, they still move people, man.
Is that why the judges at the county art fair placed my art 3rd, placed my art 4th, placed my art honorable mention?
Absolutely brilliant. You know what makes this show amazing? It takes itself seriously. The melodrama is off the charts, and I am here for it. Ingrid just swabbed evidence off a soda can rocket found in the cafeteria, and she was just inspecting it under a microscope. I freaking love this show. I could actually cry right now, it's so good. He is using a volcano to propel himself inside a book cart to get away from the middle school safety patrol. This is Disney Channel at its finest. Good morning. It's 6:51 a.m. No, I did not get up on purpose. I actually got a text from someone that I do photographs for. They need some things photographed today if I can. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna have a ride or not, because I'm the only one that's up right now aside from my brother who is headed off to work. I'm gonna get ready just in case. It is 12:40. Got my Starbucks. Just got home from shooting the photos. It took about an hour, and now I have to get my new laptop set up because my new one is cracked. And my old one is slow, and it will not work for Photoshop anymore. My dad couldn't find his Apple Watch, and we were searching, and finally my mom was like, isn't there a, find your Apple Watch app? So I got into his computer, and Apple requires 50 million passwords. Finally, he got it up, and then it just showed our address, and we're like, oh, that's good. It's in the house somewhere. There's an option to play a sound. So he played it, didn't hear it downstairs. I ran up here, couldn't hear anything at first, and then I faintly heard something, so I'm like, keep playing it. I was inching my way through their bedroom, into their bathroom, and then into the closet, and then onto a specific stack of pants, and I thought it was the jeans on top. So I stood there for 15 seconds or so listening to a pair of pants, literally holding them to my ear, they're ringing, why can't I don't feel anything, until I realized it was the sweatpants under the jeans. Thus ends this Nancy Drew case. Also, I don't want to brag, but one of the first things I asked him is, did you put it in a pocket? And that's exactly where he put it. I'm not saying I should have been a detective, but I should have been a detective. Waiting for a ride this morning, I was actually very productive. I listened to 10 more chapters in my audiobook, and I watched another episode of Fillmore. Update. It's only 10-20 minutes later. I have my new laptop being set up. Everything's transferring from my old laptop. It's only gonna take 24 hours and 47 minutes. So I've got a lot of time for things that don't involve the computer. Right now, I think I'm actually gonna film a video, which I haven't done in 4 months. It's been a long time. To give you a hint, it is a food tasting video. It is now 3 o'clock. I just finished filming my taste testing video. Thankfully, my laptop transfer process took only an hour. So now we're in business. I'm thankful for my new laptop, but it's like super high tech. I can unlock it with a fingerprint and the keys are so thin. I mean, it's practically touchscreen. Actually, this top bar is touchscreen. Look at that. So weird. Haven't really done much reading since we last talked, so I'll get off now and try and finish my book. I'll try not to let you down by watching Fillmore instead of reading. Now that I've started the nostalgic cartoon binge watch, it's gonna be real hard to pump the brakes. I think I'm past the point of no return. It is 82 degrees outside, and I just spent 30 minutes or so out there in this Ravenclaw sweatshirt because I got the brilliant idea to film a Harry Potter themed intro for these vlogs. We have on the side of our house this old wooden fence, and the plants are all wild, so they're just like growing everywhere. I'm scared of bugs and spiders, things that bite, things that kill you. So I spent the first part of that 30 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever, spraying for bugs and using a broom to remove cobwebs from the area where I was walking. I spent 15 minutes crawling back like this and then coming out through all the sticks and branches and leaves and waving my wand. You know how crazy I probably looked to the neighbors whose second floor windows looked down into my yard? Also, there was nothing to set my camera on, so I carried a ladder from the garage to the patio. I had a ladder with a camera on it and me crawling out and waving my wand. 25 years old, and here we are. Here's my wand. This is Hermione's wand. I need to read some more and then film more. It is 2 a.m. I'm so tired. I finished my blog post finally. I was gonna go to bed because my eyes, I could barely keep them open, but I really wanted to finish Uprooted, which I did. But it took me too long because I kept falling asleep. But I was just so determined, so I kept starting chapters over again. Despite all the problems I had, I still really enjoyed it. Today, or yesterday rather, started a lot earlier than expected, 6:40 a.m. But I got a lot done. Very productive day. I'm gonna stop talking now because I'm so tired. I just want to go to bed. Good night. Good news. I think I made myself sick again. My head hurts and I'm sneezing. Good job, Lauren. Barely managed to scrape by. So you continue to stay up late staring at a computer working. Smart. Can you see that? My eyes are actually watering from how much they hurt. I really need to work on the computer today, but my head and my eyes hurt so bad. I may just have to rest again today. I can't get sick. I have too much to do. Too much to do. All these things. Sorry, waitress. Today might be another lamp and listen to an audiobook kind of day, which is great for the readathon. Hopefully I have one available because even though Scribd advertises that you have unlimited audiobooks, which by the way is why I chose it over Audible, you don't. After you read a certain amount, a lot of authors, especially newer books, popular authors, aren't available for another month. Why did I choose you over Audible if it's not unlimited? I can't really complain too much. The choices are still more than Audible, but it is disappointing. That's false advertising script. I officially don't have any audiobooks available until the 21st. The thing that really sucks about not having audiobooks is that I have those photographs to edit from yesterday. I can't read while I'm doing that. I could if I had audiobooks, but I don't. I could try and find other audiobooks, but who's to say I could find ones available to me before the 21st that match up with those exams. I'll figure it out. Anyways, I'm eating breakfast. Fruit, cheese, brown rice cakes, and very thin layer of peanut butter. And Fillmore. Here we go.
Speaking of TGI, big weekend ahead?
Saturday morning cartoons, book hunting in the city with my sister and dad. Oh, and getting my Robo Gladiator ready for the competition next month.
It is 2:40. I'm just sitting in bed, reading and snacking and avoiding any and all adult responsibilities. I decided to start my Muggle Studies book, Club Dread, which is a Nancy Drew Hardy Boys super mystery. This one takes place in the Everglades of Florida at an eco-friendly resort. It's like I don't want to call it a guilty pleasure. I'm not necessarily guilty about it, but it is kind of in that vein of books for me. A little bit of nostalgia. One thing that's kind of bothered me, the writing, like some of the sentences seem off, like they're not using the right tenses of words. And also, brunette was spelled B-R-U-N-E-T. But the thing is, it's the ebook, so I don't know if these mistakes are in the physical book or if it's the ebook that's the problem. The sentence structure is obviously the writing, but the spelling mistakes, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only on chapter 4. There's 19 chapters, so maybe I could finish it today. I need to catch up because Uprooted took me way too long. I was supposed to finish 4 books this week and I've only finished 1 and it's already Thursday. Someone needs to come slap me and take this phone out of my hands so I can keep reading. I probably would have been done by now. It is 8:43. I just finished Club Dread, completing my Muggle Studies exam. It was a super easy book to get through. Not groundbreaking, but a nice, easy, nostalgic read. I'm gonna update Twitter on what book I just finished, and then I'm gonna turn on Fillmore and do a little bit of computer work. I can't do any heavy editing tonight, but I think I'll be okay in terms of like my migraine and my eyes. I'm feeling better now. I put on my glasses while I was reading. I think that saved me from getting a worse headache. Basically, what I'm going to do is go through all the photos I took yesterday, pick the final ones that I want to put into Photoshop, and then go through and at least create the Photoshop files. After that, I'll have to make a decision. Do I start another book or do I watch Fillmore before bed? Actually, I might have time to read and watch Fillmore. Let's be honest. Fillmore's gonna happen one way or another. But I would like to get a little more reading done, get at least a little ways into another book. It is now 10:12 p.m. and I've done absolutely nothing. I got the scare of my life when I turned on my new computer to look at my photos and half of them were missing. I had to use the memory card, so after I uploaded them, I erased the memory card. Now, before you scream at me, I was smart. Something in me told me I needed to back them up. So I also uploaded them to my other laptop. Thankfully, all of them went onto that one. Now I have a 2-hour wait while they transfer from one laptop to the next. It's 2 a.m. I read 3 chapters in my book and got a little bit of computer work done. Now I'm going to sleep because I am exhausted. It is 3:41. I just finished eating my lunch/dinner from Panera. I got a little bit of computer work done, but I didn't have time to do a lot because I did end up sleeping in really late. Right now, I'm going to finish my Starbucks vanilla frappuccino and read until it's time to start getting ready for my Good Friday closing shift. By the way, happy Good Friday and happy Passover. I am putting on my sandals, about to head off to work. I've been doing a little bit of reading and I'll try and read in the car as well. Not reading as fast as I would like to, but it is what it is, and I will see you tonight, hopefully for a better update. We'll see. It is 10:51. I just got home from work. I am exhausted. It was so busy and I was scrambling. After we closed that last hour, I was literally running around trying to get things put away. Now I have the rest of Easter weekend off, which is lovely because I have lots of time to read, watch Fillmore of course, and edit photos, which is a paying job, so that has to get done. That's a priority. I'm thinking about doing a Charlton Heston marathon tomorrow because it's Passover and Easter. I could do 10 Commandments for Passover and then Ben-Hur for Easter. I don't know if I updated you on what I'm working on. I started a new ebook, Cherry Cheesecake Murder, for my potions exam. The prompt is next ingredient or next book in a series. Cherry Cheesecake Murder is part of the Hannah Swenson series by Joanne Fluke. It is book number 8. Let's see, I am 20% done, 280 pages left. I'm hoping to really fly through. I'll definitely make it to the 25% mark. I could have the audiobook, but you know, script. It is 1:30. I should have gone to bed earlier, but I just really wanted to get some good reading done. I ended up making it just past the halfway mark. I am at 51%, only 170 pages left to read, which I can definitely do tomorrow. I don't know if I'll be able to finish 4 books this week, but I can at least try. I'm thinking that the only other book I'm going to work on this week is The Heather Hills of Stonewick because I already started it. I'm on page 57, chapter 12. I just think that's the smartest plan of action. That way, going into week 4, I'm already ahead in this book. My audiobooks will be available Sunday, so listening to books next week should help me complete my goal of 12 exams for the entire readathon. Is 2:48 and I am moving right along in my book. I am on chapter 25 and there are 33 chapters total. Real quick, I just want to say that reading another ebook on Scribd, I'm realizing that these spelling mistakes were not just in the Nancy Drew book. Boof Wellington. Don't think that's what they meant. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to say Beef Wellington. Guess what, guys? I'm going to church. We are leaving really early for church because we're picking someone up. So I have lots of time to read in the car and when we get there. So I still might be able to finish my book. It is 10:52. I got home from church at 8 o'clock. Then I sat downstairs and I had my book with me, but the Angels game is on. We lost. And then 10 Commandments was on TV, so I watched a little bit of that. I'm almost done with my book. I just got distracted. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up right now. I've only got like 4 chapters left. It is now 2:20 and I'm just now going to bed. I've got some very good reading news. Number 1, I finished Cherry Cheesecake Murder, which was 384 pages, and I passed my potions exam. Number 2, I finally have access to my Scribd audiobooks, so I decided to work some more on my Arithmancy textbook, The Heather Hills of Stonewick, and I am now exactly halfway through this. I already put my pages into my journal. I put them in the Magical Readathon master list, and I tweeted my update. Good night.
From the world. Now have the Hebrews God. Slaves of wealth command. More slaves we have, the more bricks we need.
It is 11:09 and I just finished disc 1 of 10 Commandments onto disc 2.
Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. Behold his mighty hand.
It's so good. It's time for Ben-Hur. Actually, I have to get ready to go eat soon.
This Ben-Hur is the richest man in Jerusalem, and the head of one of the greatest families in Judea. We were friends as boys. We were like brothers.
Oh my god, this part.
Will Bran stop staring at people?
My name. A real name. Is Aegon Targaryen.
If it were true, it would make you the last male heir of House Targaryen.
Yes, it would. I knew it. I freaking knew it. It's gonna end right here. They're here. Oh no. Here we go. They're gonna show a peek and then it's gonna be done. Oh, they may not even show. Oh, yep. What'd I say?
Well, I hope you enjoyed these episodes off, because there is no room to breathe after this.
It is 9:48 p.m. I was gonna stay up until midnight and try and finish a 4th book, but I think I'm done, guys. I am so tired. I tried to continue listening to my audiobook, but I fell asleep. I think it's better if I go to bed early right now because I'm tired and start the 4th and final week of the readathon off on a good foot. Let me show you how my week ended up looking. I read Uprooted and completed my herbology exam, 438 pages. I read Club Dread and completed my Muggle Studies exam, 192 pages. And then I read Cherry Cheesecake Murder and completed my Potions exam, 384 pages. That brings my week 3 totals to 1,014 pages, my best week for pages so far, and 3 books. I was supposed to complete 4 to catch up from reading only 2 on week 2, but that is okay because I think I can rally and finish 4 books in the 4th and final week. It's not important, but it would be nice to complete all 12 exams to feel accomplished. But at the same time, I already passed all the exams for my career as a librarian, so technically I already achieved something, and honestly, this readathon has been so fun. I haven't really talked much about Game of Thrones, but it was a great episode. Next week's episode, it's gonna be absolutely insane because the real battle begins, and I know people are gonna start dying, and it's gonna be hard. And with that, I will say if you enjoyed this vlog, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that red button down below to subscribe and become a member of my YouTube family. Also, click that bell to turn on your notifications. I will see you in my next video. Bye!